Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world away. This is a long overdue update. It must be over 2 months since I last did an update for the Polar Lights Enterprise refit. Well, today I'm going to show you where I'm up to in that and how my life was saved by this Geeetech Alkaid printer. Now, if you haven't seen this printer, I did do a review on this about 3 weeks ago, and I put that review just up here. You can click on that. There's also a link in the profile to my old video for this, but I'm going to show you how a 2K mono printer has actually saved my neck in this by printing parts for me on the fly that are going to help this Enterprise really pop. So as you can see by this graphic here, this printer's got a 6.08 inch 2K LCD screen, a 3.5 inch tilted touchscreen, and the printing volume is 82 mils times 130 mils times 190 mils. Now that is perfect for what you're going to see that I've actually printed here today. Now this is the Enterprise, and you're going to be pleased to see it's actually pieced together. Check that out. How cool is that? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my phone camera on this just to show you some of the details. So this is the top of the saucer section here. Now, if I just show you some of the sides here, they're now all pieced together. And I did manage to keep these bands in, so I didn't need to sand them down. But it is looking good. I am going to have this lit up in a second. And I've turned it upside down, so you can see here now. It's only had the primer coat at the moment. I do need to sand things like this here. I've got here, this was my own mistake with putting clamps on there, but that won't take long to fix. But it's this area here that I had a big problem with. Now let me explain that problem to you. This is the planetary sensor, and as you can see, it has got some tabs underneath, and it goes on kind of like this. Now the problem with this is it doesn't sit right when it's inside the saucer. Let me demonstrate that for you. So I put that in, but there's gaps under here and here. It's a little bit big. It hasn't got as many details as you expect it to be. So I need a solution, or an aftermarket solution, that I can replace that with. And this is where the Alkaid printer has come in, because I did have the files for that planetary sensor. And as you can see here, I imported the model I'm going to be printing into G2 box here, and this is what that is looking like. Pretty impressive, isn't it? But I didn't want to print it like this because I want to keep all the details on top, and I want all the supports for this to be at the bottom. So I did put supports on this. So what I did was click on rotate, and I rotated it onto a sort of plane around about like that. And then I clicked on the supports button here. And then I made sure that we put all supports in place. So I click on all, and it's going to generate the supports that I'm going to need for this. And this is how that looks. Pretty happy with that. So all of the chicken skin, if you like, is going to be underneath here. But the details that you're seeing are going to be on top just like that. And then it was just a case of going back to this and clicking slice, and then having the file to put into the Alkaid printer. Now, putting that file onto a USB flash drive, I put it into the Alkaid, selected the file, and as you see, it brings up a picture of what we just saw. Click play, and that's ready to print. That's as simple as that. As long as the vat reservoir is full of resin, we're ready to go. And as you can see, it's starting to come down there. And here is just a little bit of it in operation with it moving. So it rises down and then rises back up once it's done the next layer of the print. So by the end of it, check this out. This is what it looks like with all the supports stuck to the plate absolutely perfectly there, ready to be taken off. And here is what the finished print looks like. Check that out. So we've got all the supports at the bottom, so they're not going to show or hide all the detail that we've got over the top. So when I snap these off, I haven't really got to sand it either, because they're all going to be against the saucer section of the Enterprise. But that looks a hell of a lot better, and it's going to fit perfectly on the saucer section. So to get these off, all I'm going to do is get my sprue cutters and just gently cut the tops of each of these stalks. Comes off in one go, just like that. And there we go. We've got the part. So let's bring over the other one and show you the comparison of them. And as you can see, this is the original. This is the copy now. Over the top of them, It's a little bit smaller in the middle here. Other than that, the dimensions on these bits that are coming out are exactly the same. So if I could just focus on just the end here, look at the detail in the ends. That's absolutely brilliant on the Alkaid machine there. So when we put this on, as you can see, it's going to fit on there. It's going to fit perfectly with no gaps. It looks a lot better in there. Obviously, I do need to prime this up. But this was printed in under 2 hours. And it did have a lot of supports, as you saw in that video there. But yeah, I'm really happy with how that looks. And that's where I can see a place in the workshop for this printer. That's why I was really happy to have it, to be honest with you. Because if I've got small parts that I need to print, I don't really want to be printing them on a large print area place with a massive vat reservoir, losing lots of resin while I'm doing the cleanup, when I can do that on a smaller machine. And you've seen here, by the results of what this has gave me, how easily that's worked. Now, if you want to get this for yourself, I have put a link in the video description. Bear in mind, you do need to change your currency and location and click on the link depending on the location you're at to. Otherwise, your shipping rates will be through the roof. But as you can see here, the shipping rates for the UK at the moment are around about £8. So it's not too bad as well. But remember, this printer is under £100. So it's doing all of that for that sort of price, which I just is staggering compared to where we were like 3 years ago. But it does make me think, how many more things can I add to the Enterprise? Now, not going to leave it there. You want to see it lit up. So I do have the power charger here. Let's light it up and I'll show you what these things look like. So there's 5 leads coming out from this. So let me explain them. We've got a 12-volt lead, which is powering the static lights in the saucer. It's also going to power the static lights elsewhere. We've also got the beacon lights, because there's other beacon lights around the saucer section. I've got the navigation lights, which are going to flash elsewhere on the other sections of the Enterprise. 2 of these plugs are for the impulse crystal to change it from orange and blue. And then the last plug here is just for the thruster lights here. So what I'm going to do, plug it in. And as you can see, everything's lighting up. Now what I'm going to do is turn the lights out and again, get my video camera on my phone. And I'm hoping this is giving you an idea of how this looks. Now obviously this middle section here hasn't been painted. I am going to be doing some light block on this outside edge and obviously painting it white. But as for the planetary sensor, I think I'm going to leave that kind of like that colour. I like that effect. But that is what that looks like. And I'll show you the thrusters there, the navigation lights. It's looking really good, isn't it? So that is the underside. Let me show you what the top side looks like. And this is the top side. Again, the thrusters, all the windows there. And there's the bridge. Light out the front there. I've still got to fill the windows up. I haven't done that yet. I have got a little bit of light bleed just there, as you can see. I've got to solve that. And there's the VIP lounge in there as well. But all the lights are working, as you can see here. I'm so happy this is joined up now because I don't have to worry about the wires. But as you can see, they're all doing what they're meant to be doing there. So it does need another white primer coat here. You can probably see a grey shadow just going through it here, which I just need to sort out. But yeah, we are pretty ready to go for the Aztecing on this. Now what I'm going to try and do is show you what the thruster lights look like here, which at the moment they do have masking tape on them. I'm not going to remove that until the priming is completed. So remember, that still needs to be tidied up with the primer coat and the masking tape taken off, but that's the impulse engines there, and they will have a black grille over the top of that. Now, because I leave all my mistakes in, stupid me checked the impulse crystal light to check if that's working, and forgot to put a resistor on the bulb. So the bulb is actually now broke, but there is a fix for this, and that is right here. I can drill a hole in this and actually put a bulb directly in there with wires coming out. All of this is going to be hidden by the neck section, so that should be able to light that up. But there you go. I was going to fill this hole up as well, but that's going to get hidden as well. But, you know, keep my mistakes in so I make mistakes so you don't have to. Always make sure your resistors are on your LEDs. All of these LEDs that I've used on this are pre-resisted, but this one wasn't. So, you know, lesson learned. Now, even though we've got the bridge, and you can see inside there, it does come with a top, just so you know. That would fit over the top, and then that would look like that. But there you go, that's the beauty of shooting these things live. Things happen, and there are problems that I need to overcome. But one problem I won't have to overcome is this, compared to this, and that's all thanks to this little form factor machine. Once again, if you do want to get hold of this yourself, I have put a link in the video description, and you can get this for yourself and print whatever you like. Anyway, I really hope you liked that update. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.